What's up, YouTube? So let's go ahead and cover how to put housing perches on, or how to measure the angle. I get caught. I've been asked. I was actually asked like twice yesterday, so I just decided I would put this little model together and show you I was going to do it at the shop. But honestly, this is easier, and I think it's clearer. So I have this thing set up. So you've got your gear case in there. Obviously, that's the top. This is how it would be orientated in the vehicle. You got your driver's side right there, passenger side right there. Pinions off to the left, ring gears off to the right. I already have these housing perches connected to the housing in the model. So what I would be doing is flipping this unit up like so, setting it on a flat surface, so some sort of table of some sort, or bench or whatever. I have some cool stands that actually act like a housing perch that's set on the table. It's easy to hold it that way, and keeps it flat side to side kind of thing. So we're going to put this thing on our table. This surface is going to be perpendicular to that surface in most cases, unless it's like beat up or got crashed or something. So the goal is that we're going to make this housing face perpendicular or at 90 degrees to the table that it's sitting on. That's why these stands can kind of be nice, so in case this surface isn't perfect. So we're going to get this surface 90 degrees to the table, and then our housing perch is rolled rearward or away from this from this face. So you can see I actually have this one set at 4.5 degrees, just because why not? I have a few applications. I have the S10, I have the early Chevy 2s, and I have the Nova Camaros. The 67 to 69 Gen 1 Camaro, and then I have the Nova that corresponds, which is 68 to 79, I think. So I have the spring center lines for offset and centered sliders, and I have what this angle is set at. So the angle that I tell you, this is how I'm installing it. So when we're working upside down like this, gravity is holding the perch down. If you get some of these V3 perches or whatever, do some sanding and some fitment. Polish your tube with Scotch-Brite first, because it'll be a lot nicer. And then when you're doing all this stuff, what's really nice to do is if you put a little tack welds at these corners, right? It makes it easy to chop those little tack welds off if you missed it or you didn't get it exactly right. It's a little harder to put a tack weld or to chop a tack weld in the center. Just kind of a tech tip for actually doing the fab work. But the pinion angles that I give you from my engineering would be the exact way that I would send you a housing, and I have physically built all of these housings in the shop on vehicles with the factory engine angles, and assuming it would be equal opposite under load. And so what I'm trying to achieve is I'm putting 2 degrees of negative pinion angle in it, and that negative pinion angle is in reference to equal opposite. So if you imagine, if we're looking at this thing from the side right here, and it's in the car, so you can kind of get a visual, right? The front spring eyelet is lower than the back spring eyelet, so you can kind of imagine the spring coming down like that. Engine and transmission coming down at like 3 degrees. That's a pretty common GM number right there. And so technically, for this to be under equal opposite under load, this would be uphill 3 degrees. The engine and transmission would be coming down at 3 degrees. Your U-joints would be parallel to each other. The shaft would be happy. The centrifugal mass of the shaft spinning would be happy. Everything is in good shape when those joints are equal opposite. So, but the springs obviously have some deflection in them, so we need to put a little bit of negative angle. You can always go a little more if you want to, but you want to know why you want to do it. So I talked to a guy not too long ago, does a lot of drag and drive stuff, and he can't run as much negative angle because he's got to drive it on the street really far, right? So you don't want to be going 70 miles an hour on the highway with the thing vibrating in the seat, right? That would just it's a long drive on a drag and drive. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of all the intel. My angles are based off of 2 degrees under the equal opposite line, based off of vehicles that I have physically built in the shop. So this is my real world data that I have acquired from actually building these things. It's not like data I got off the internet or something I got from somebody else. This is my real world information. So yeah, okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And this is definitely the easy way to do it. The perches will just sit on there, and they're going to rotate backwards away from that housing face. So if you got any more questions, obviously let me know. And I think I'm going to do a pinion angle video dedicated as well. That way we can just have more arguments and disagreements. So, all right, well, until next time, I'll chat with you guys later.